Okay, Friday, noontime flow. Slow flow. Transition slowly, and we start by coming down. So welcome to our Friday class. Let's sit back on the heels and child's pose it up. Actually, child's pose it down. Oh, it's not turning down. All right, reaching those hands long, forehead down towards the floor. Stay there, taking some deep breaths. Start to check in with that breath. It's slow, steady, just where it needs to be. Forehead rests on the floor. Arms reach long. Now you'll feel those hips and the creases of the legs start to create and build some sensation as you sink a little deeper. So allow that to be there, to feel that sensation of the body while maintaining this slow and steady breath. Good, and walk those hands over off of the mat, pick a side, any side. Reach that inside arm a little longer for the side bend. Just waking up our body slowly, mindfully, even though we've had the morning already to get going. This is our midday wake-up call. Walk the hands over to the other side. Reach longer with that inside arm. Getting back to the center. Good. Turn the palms and face them up. Palms up, and then dragging the backs of the wrists on the ground. Pull yourself up so you're sitting on your heels. Sit to the side and bring the legs around. Yeah. Just sitting in a comfortable place. So that might mean cross-legged or sitting on the heels, one over the other or in front. So hands resting onto the knees. Take a big shoulder roll. Just giving some openness, some sensation into the shoulders and the upper back. Do a couple more shoulder rolls. Oops. All right, so let's take the hands, reach them all the way up. And then take one hand down to the side, other hand comes across, another side bend. Take a side. Inhale, reach up. Add another side bend, exhale. This next one will hold, so reach up, inhale, then hold it down to the side, crawling the bottom fingertips a little farther, top elbow bends, press it back and look up. Get back to the center after that few breaths, reach up. Other side, just getting a little deeper as you crawl the bottom fingertips, bend that top elbow, and feel grounded through the sit bones. Good, reach those arms up, inhale. Then take it forward, hands come down, walk them towards the front of the mat. You might take the elbows down. Good, and walk those hands back up to a seated pose. Switch the legs, the crossing of the legs. Reach your arms up. Then twist. Take one hand to the knee, other hand behind you. And then switch that. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Twist and hold it. Look back, past that top shoulder. Reach up and inhale. Twist to the other side, hold it. About 2 or 3 deep breaths. Rise back up, inhale, and take the hands forward and down. Again, bring it down into that hip opening, cross-legged position. Feeling grounded, so that means feeling more earthbound. Less work towards balance or lifting, and more centering, lowering. Good, and pull yourself forward. So plant those palms down, shift forward to come to the hands and the knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And spread those fingers wide. We'll go through some cat and cow poses, arching the back, look up, and then round the back and look down. As we were going through that warm-up, I figured out my tech issues. My phone was still on Zoom and I didn't realize it. So now the music's playing in the studio. I don't think you can hear the music in the computer, which is a good thing because copyright issues. Let's do just a couple more up and down. And then finding just a neutral position, so no sag in the shoulders. We're going to really press and make sure those shoulders are away from the ears and pressed down. Extend a leg, pick a leg, extend it straight back. And just working balance for this position. Opposite hand reaches forward. So no movement here, pausing, finding a little shift forward, a little bit of shakiness in the core. Flex and press through that back heel. And keep a slight bend in that front elbow, or bottom elbow. Keep the triceps active, alive. Okay, and take it down, knee and hand to the ground. Switch sides, opposite foot goes straight back. Set that leg long first, and then opposite hand reaching forward. Shifting slightly forward until you feel just enough that you need to feel, while keeping that steady breath, which is our guide through this practice. And finally, replace the hand and the knee, both of them down. Walk those hands forward, both of them, about a hand distance forward, just in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees and send the hips up and back to our first downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time. You're gonna pedal the feet, really start to feel the hamstrings, the calves. Those will stretch. At the same time, engaging the quad to the front of the legs to get that stretch in the back of the legs. Good, and walk your feet forward as many steps as you want to take to the top of the mat just behind the hands. About hip distance, bend the knees a little bit to really relax and sink down. Grab the elbows, shake out the head, add that little sway side to side. And then release the hands down to the floor. Bend the knees a little deeper. Roll yourself up, rising up. Head is the last thing that comes up. And give it another big shoulder roll. And reach up. Hands down to your heart. Feel anchored, grounded, toes spread, pressed down. Switch this. go. So in this tall, hip width apart stance, feet down. Now I'm going to stay over here. Palms forward. Let's take the hands down by your sides. Reach up and inhale. Slide one hand down the body. Opposite hand comes across for that side bend. It's sort of our repeating pose we're doing today. Take one more breath in and out, side bending. Balance with that hip width apart feet. Inhale, reach up. Other side, exhale. Side bending. Soft shoulders, look up. You're going to get a little bit movement based with what's coming next. So you lean forward, make a circle, almost like a half forward fold, and then come back up to that side bend, other side. Do it again, little bend in the knees, half circle, working that core strength. And you might even add a little back bend to that side bend by reaching the hand farther back, chest lifted. And once more. Or maybe we have to keep it even. So one more time to keep it even to the other side. And then both hands back up, straight up, lift up. Hands go behind the back, interlace the fingers. Press the palms together and down, chest lifts. Turn those toes out slightly as you fold down with the hands behind the back or grabbing the opposite elbows. It works too. Good, release those hands down to the floor. Keep the feet where they are. Left foot stays grounded. So pick side. Let's say left foot stays down. Right foot will step back into a lunge. Take the hands to the inside of the foot. The back knee comes down. Back knee down, flatten that back foot. Maybe pop up into the fingertips to lift a little higher in the chest. This lizard lunge. Press down through the big toe of that front foot. A little bit more expansion, look slightly up. Pressing those hips down. Then straighten that front leg, send the hips back. Keep the foot on the outside of the hands. Because we'll do that again, but coming forward, inhale. Exhale, simply straighten without getting too deep, not a deep one. Good, one more time, forward, hold it here. Now keep the hands down, keep that right hand down, the outside hand down. Left arm either presses into the knee or reaches up for a twist. So we've got plenty of space from that bottom hand to the bottom foot. And then take that top hand, if it's reaching, reach back. Adds a little bit more hip depth for that right side to come down. Keep actively pressing into the bottom fingertips. Good, reach the hand up and around, take it to the inside of the foot, place it down once again. Back toes tuck under, lift the back knee, so you're in just a simple low lunge, but keep the hands down, knee lifted, pause. And let's try this. Take the back heel down to the floor, so pivot, but keep the front toes facing forward. Inside hand stays down, outside hand might reach just parallel to the floor, or reach a little bit longer or higher. It's like we're getting into side angle, but it's more of a collapsed side angle, which is okay. So basically twisting to the other side. And then take that hand back down to the floor. Back heel picks up again, knee comes down. Step the front foot back to meet the other. Knees down, hands forward, shift forward into a modified plank pose. So on the knees, good. Hug the elbows in and lower to the ground. All the way to the ground. How your wrists feeling today?
Good, it's my
Shoulders? Yeah. All right, so we won't do a really big lift, but a baby cobra pose. And then back down. We do that 3 times. Press into the fingers, lift, squeeze the shoulders, and then lower. One more time, lift, and lower. Press into the hands, this time to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees, hips up and back. Downward dog. Walk the feet back to the top of the mat. Once again, rolling up, bent knees, feet stay hip distance. Rise up. We're going to repeat from those side bends, reach up. Slide one hand down the body, reach and extend the opposite arm for that side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, reach up. Hands behind the back again. Interlace the fingers. Palms press down, chest lifts. Fold forward, exhale. Good, and as you exhale, next time, fully exhale, then release the hands down to the floor. Lengthen through that back so you're looking just in front of the toes, flat back. Plant the fingertips down. We'll step the other foot back this time. The left foot steps back, right foot stays down. Hands go to the inside of the foot. And then wiggle yourself into a position where the front knee is over the ankle. And we're in this low lunge, hands on the inside. And you can come up onto the fingertips to get a little more length through the heart opening. And finding half splits as you exhale, but we won't stay there for long, just a back and forth. So sink into it for that moment, not all the way, most of the way. Lift back to knee lunge, low lizard lunge, look up. Exhale, half splits. Toes pull back towards the knee. Inhale back to your lunge, pause. Left hand stays down, the outside hand stays down. Right hand can press onto the knee or reach up for the twist. And then reach it back towards the back wall. Hips coming down just a smidge. Go ahead and take the hand up and around. Place it down on the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the knee, pause. It's too dark. Good, and then the inside hand stays down, back heel onto the floor, the inside of the foot plants down. Left hand reaches out to the side, could be a little bit, maybe shoulder height, and maybe straight up, depending on how that front hip flexibility is doing. Try to keep the hips in towards the body. That means as if you're trying to close the gap between your, say, pubic bone and sternum. So your belly draws in and the hips are above the mat, not out to the side. And you're looking good over there. So no need to listen to my adjustments. Okay, then take both hands down to the floor. Back knee stays lifted, and then you lower it. Front foot steps back to meet the back. Knees down, and then your own way to get to the ground again, 3 cobra poses. Hands pressing a little bit gently next to the shoulders. Lift and inhale. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more, maybe the biggest one yet. Exhale, back down. Press into the hands and knees. We'll come to child's pose again. Sit back onto the heels. Lower the forehead. This is more of a relaxed child's pose. Okay, back to our downward facing dog. Shift forward, keep the hands where they were. Spread the fingers wide. Lift those hips and knees up and back. Just to the transition, walk the feet forward. Feet can be hip distance still. Bend the knees and roll yourself up or walk the hands up the legs. Trying a different balance pose today. Arms go out wide. Lift the, let's say, the right toes. Right toes, or just the right knees. Your toes about 10% on the ground. And ground down through that left leg. Lift the knee of the right leg. Knee comes up, foot comes up. Straighten the leg out in front of you. Checking out how the balance is today. Pointing the toes is fine. Let's take that leg out to the side, kind of like you're a ballerina in bar class without the pulses. And then make it a full half circle. Take the leg, point it back behind you, but keep the body upright. Squeeze the glutes. And making that half circle to the front. The balance in general is something we're just, for this year, just have to let go. It's all right. Little bend in that bottom base leg. Lift the knee. Yeah, I like it. And we're down. Let's take that one out. Shake it out a little bit. Whew. Going from 5 days of yoga to 1 day of yoga a week. Whew. Balance is, I think, the thing that goes the fastest. But you don't notice so much unless you're actually doing it. Okay, so let's do the other side. So just the toes down, maybe 10% on the left toes. You can go arms out again or help your balance, kind of like a tightrope walker. And lifting the foot off the ground. You can point the toes and extend it forward. So we're not going for height here. Really just going for that extension, engagement of the leg. Abs in. Spread the bottom toes and press that big toe down. Good. Let's go out to the side. Oh, I feel so much even just right here. Doesn't look that challenging, but there's a lot going on. All right, so take it back, squeeze the glutes. I feel like I should be at the front of a ship, like in the bow, going, oh. All right, and bring the leg around to the front. Slow journey. Bend the knee, good, lift it. And lower. Woo, give it a little shake, yep. Now you know what to practice when you brush your teeth. Yeah. Tree pose or whatever. All right, so usually it's about the middle of class, so I throw in a little balance there. So now we can come back to some slower yoga flowing. So feet hip distance again. Reach those arms up. Oh, we keep losing Kimberly. I wonder what's happening. Exhale, open the arms and forward fold. Take a half lift, inhale. And step both feet back into that plank pose. Well, actually skip plank and go straight to downward facing dog. Good, bring the feet a little closer together. And lift that right leg up behind you. Bend your knee. And give it some hip circles up and around. So with that right bent knee, just circling out to the side. And go about 3 each direction. So switch directions when you get to 3. And then switch sides. Other leg lifts, bend the knee, go hip circles. Left leg goes the other direction. And then place that foot back down. We'll step forward from here with one leg only. So right leg lifts up, bend the knee, and we'll step, it can be maybe in between the hand and the foot, and then help your foot up into that low lunge to spin the back heel down. Walk the hands up the leg and rise up. Good, warrior 1. Pull the elbows back and down, squeeze the shoulders, exhale. Inhale as you reach up. Then open up, right hand forward, left hand back, warrior 2. Getting some of that strength within us. Couple deep breaths. Good. Straighten that front leg. Reach forward with that right hand. Maybe turn the toes, the back toes, a bit more forward. And take the hand down the leg. Left arm reaches up. Look up. Good, rising back up, bending into that front knee. Bring it back to warrior 1. Back hand comes up and around, reach up. Bend the elbows again, open the heart, squeeze. Inhale, reach up. And we'll take the hands down to the floor. Pause, pick up the back heel. Got a low crescent lunge, fingertips on the ground. Bend deeper into that right knee. Then take the back knee down and step the right foot back to meet the left. Lower all the way to the ground. Go baby cobra poses again, or little cobra poses. Lift and inhale. Exhale down. Again, peel yourself up. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Once more, lift. And lower. Pressing into hands and knees. Bring it back to downward facing dog. And the left leg rises behind you. Bend the knee and step between the hands or that direction and help your foot forward. Back heel spins down and taking your time to get up to warrior 1. Crawl up, reach up. Rise. One breath to reach higher, palms face each other. And then like you're pulling something down, a lat pull down, pull, elbows bent, squeeze the shoulders. Inhale, rise, reach up. Right hand back, left hand forward, warrior 2. Adjust the feet. Might heel toe the front closer to the middle of the mat. Warrior 2. Great strength building pose. And then straighten that front leg. Back heel spin a little farther to the back. Reach long with that left hand. Slide it down the leg. Right arm straight up, triangle pose. And then rebending that front knee, lift back up. Use that core strength, lift up. Back hand goes down, around, rise up. Back heel lifts up, hands come down to the floor. Low lunge, pause. Remind me what we did here. We took the back knee down and then we did something and we just stepped back. Yeah, we did cobra poses. I forgot our one little pull down, but that's okay. Lower down. Lift the heart 3 times. Inhale up, lower back down. Hug those elbows in, squeeze, lift, and down. One more, it's like little crunches for the back of the body. Good, and welcome back to child's pose. Sit back, extend the arms, forehead down. Good, rolling up, flip those palms again like we did in the very beginning. Roll yourself up so you're sitting on the heels. And then bring the legs around. Legs forward. Good, roll the sides in. Good, lift. Create space in the backs of the legs. Reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, reaching as far forward in the air that you can, and then placing the hands down where they fall, feet or floor. All right, lift back up. We're gonna take those legs a little wider, about 90 degrees or so. And the left knee bends, place it to the inside of the thigh. This little hip opener here. Right hand slides to the inside of the foot. Find maybe the arch or the toes. Reach that left arm high and extend it over. Still trying to keep that knee that's bent pressing down. And lift back up. Now turn directly over that leg, like you're twisting just slightly, and walk the hands down, folding over the right. Long leg, pulling the toes back. Feel more of that hamstring than the side bend. And then walk it back up. Switch sides. Extend the other leg. Foot goes in. Start with that side bend. Just get comfortable first by pressing that bent knee down. Take it into a comfortable place. Left hand goes to the inside of the foot. Reach it. Right arm up and across. Look up. Staying nice and steady with that. Inhale and exhale. Good, rising back up, lift, and turn over towards that straight leg. And walk the hands down as you do your best to get your middle of the chest in line with the knee. Lift it back up. Take both feet together. Knees bent. Sit a little closer. At first, take the hands behind you and just sit upwards. Good. Now, staying in this nice solid position, reach forward with the hands. Connect, interlace the fingers and press forward. Then lift up, reach up. Maybe not above the head, but headed that direction. Flip the palms so they're facing the ceiling. Pinkies trying to draw back. And take a deep breath, and as you press a little higher, lean to the right side, exhale. Inhale back up. Lean to the left side. Inhale back up. Let that go. Reach the hands forward. And we can crawl them down. Good. Walk the hands back up, and we've got one more forward fold for this little series. It's wide legs. So both legs out without taking the feet in. Sit up tall. And again, walk it forward down the straight center. Good, and then rise back up. Now let's take the knees and bend them. Bring the feet to the top of the mat. We're gonna roll on down to our backs and stay there for the remainder of our practice. Reach forward in a slow roll, or use those elbows to help you get down towards the ground. Shoulders down, head down. When you get there, simply hug the knees in and give yourself a little massage by rolling side to side, rocking. And we've done a lot of wide leg things while we're seated. So let's get into a figure 4 style. So both feet down to the floor about hip distance. Take the right ankle above the left knee, and you might even hold it there. But you can also grab that left thigh or left shin even and pull the legs close to your upper body. Reclined figure 4, or reclined a variation of pigeon pose. One last little option here is to straighten that left leg and grab the ankle to help pull the opposite ankle, the bent knee, closer to you. If we're working that variation, make sure to keep the tailbone pressing down, less ab crunch, more hamstrings and hips. Good, and place that left foot back on the floor. Hug the right knee towards your chest and extend the left leg long on the ground, hugging that right knee. Let's take it a twist across the body. Right leg goes across, right arm extends, left hand helps guide that knee down. Good, and bring that right leg back up to the top. Give it a nice squeeze towards the shoulder. And place the right foot down with the knee bent. Left ankle goes over the right knee, that figure 4. Grabbing the thigh or keeping it where it is. So you grab the shin or grab the ankle or calf if you straighten that right leg. Good, and rebend the right leg, place the foot to the floor, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg. Prepare for that twist. The left leg comes across the body. You can pick up that bottom hip and tuck it under to help that twist. Extend that left arm open. Shoulder stays down, left ear stays down. And releasing that twist, let's take it back. Hug the knee in. Ooh. Got some pops going on. And then both knees come in, squeeze it, lift the shoulders, everything tiny, make a tiny little ball. And then place the feet down. We're heading to bridge pose. So feet down, knees bent, palms down next to the heels, head down. Lift the hips, squeeze a little bit in the back of the body to help you lift. Squeeze shoulders together. Good, and lower down. Hips stay down, legs will just go straight up. Legs up the wall. We'll take just a few more breaths here as we start to relax, let go, and begin that surrendering process. So then re-bend the knees, placing those feet down. And slowly start to crawl them forward. Let the feet fall open.
And rest your hands by your side. And at this time too, if there's any last like poses or movement you would like to do before Shavasana, that now would be the time. Otherwise, extend the legs, a comfortable place. Let the head grow heavy. Hands are heavy, feet are heavy. And we sink a little bit deeper into the mat and into this moment. Allow the breath to come in and out without effort. Close the eyes and start to turn inward, noticing just your breath and the sensations of your body happening right now. And hopefully just relaxed, calm. Noticing that connection between your body and your mat or the floor. This is our time to practice simply being in this moment. All right, start to take that deep breath in. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then take a long stretch, reach back. And slowly starting to bend those knees to help you roll to your side onto a side lying pose. Taking that deep breath there. Great way to transition from rest to awake. Good, and then pressing back to your seated pose. We will conclude our practice together. Sitting up nice and tall. You can keep the eyes closed or looking down. Just stay here, stay now. Reach those hands up. Take a deep breath in. Connect those hands and bring them down. Stealing in all that goodness. Press the thumbs to the heart. Take one more deep breath together. And let it go. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining in today's yoga practice. Have a great day and weekend. Namaste.